watching Proud Book Lion, and today I'm doing my wrap-up part 8 of 2017. Yep, since last time we spoke, I read 5 books, which isn't that impressive, but there's been a lot of things going on lately, with school and work and everything. And I probably procrastinated more than I should, so yeah, let's get into them. First up, I read Moxie by Jennifer Matthew. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I'm so sorry. But I read this because it was the Bibliophone Girls book of I have no idea which months. I could not watch the live show live because it was under a school day and at 2 a.m. so I watched it afterwards, but the live show is great. I'll probably leave that down below. But it was really great and I absolutely love this book. It's like a feminist kick-ass book. And it does feature characters from the LGBTQIP+ community. I believe the girls are lesbian, or at least attracted to girls. I have no idea if it's actually stated. And we have a Latina character, and we have black characters. So it's pretty diverse, I have to say. It's based about this girl named Viv, and she's tired of the blatant sexism in her school and how the boys treat girls. Therefore, she kind of starts a riot by creating these signs that were popular during her mother's childhood. And yeah, she kind of starts a little revolution in her school, and it's really cool. And I absolutely loved it. And I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. After that, I read A Short History of the Girl Next Door by Jared Rick. And this was the Booksplosion book of the month of October, I'm pretty sure. This is about a boy and he is in love with this girl, but she starts dating another boy, and just things happen and things don't go as he planned. And it was just a really cool book to read, and it was pretty amazing to see it from his point of view. And he plays basketball and it plays a big role in his life, and usually we don't get to see main characters having interest apart from reading, so it was really cool seeing that. Matt, the main character, I really liked how he fought and it felt pretty realistic, and I actually really enjoyed this book, and I was not planning on enjoying it as much as I did. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. After that, I read Magnusson and the Gods of Asgard by Erik Magnusson, Ship of the Dead, which is the last part of the trilogy, because this was the Booksplosion book of the month of November. I really liked it. I loved seeing how one of the characters that are Muslim, she was celebrating Ramadan and she was fasting, and I loved seeing the diverse characters interact, because we have a gender fluid character, and we have characters that are, I believe they are gay. They are attracted male to male. They might be bisexual, they might be pansexual. I have no idea. But yeah, male to male love. And all of the individual characters' stories were beautifully written, and I loved seeing their backstories. However, it did not feel like this epic conclusion. If we compare Rick Riordan's endings of a series compared to Cassie Clare's, they aren't endings. You need and want more. They don't feel as epic. It would be a great, honestly super duper great 3rd book of a series, but not as a conclusion. I don't really feel it's great and I loved it, but it still feels like something is missing, and it is the last book, so there shouldn't be anything else that is missing, if you understand me. I'm not sure if I'm getting it through, but yeah, I did really enjoy it, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. After that, I read If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo, and this was super duper great. This is the book from my library, so I kind of need to get it back to my school's library. But yeah, this is about a girl named Amanda, but she was previously called by the name of Andrew, and she actually moves to her dad because she was bullied and they actually beat her up at her mother's place. So she moves to her dad to basically start her life again, and it goes surprisingly well, and she falls in love with the beautiful boy, and they have it amazing together, and she gets into a lovely friend group. But sadly, secrets often don't stay secrets, and being called Andrew previously might affect how Amanda's life is right now. And it kind of does, which you get to see in this book. And I absolutely love it. I've never read a book with a transgender main character before, so that was really refreshing. Meredith Russo is herself transgender, and yeah, it's an own voices book, and I absolutely loved it. And yeah, it was truly unbelievably great. Meredith Russo herself writes in like the finishing pages that, and I wrote that not all transgender go into the stereotypical like aspect of being a girl, because Amanda is very girly. She likes to dress up, she likes to have her long hair, she likes to be a girly girl, and that's totally acceptable. But Meredith Russo herself writes in the book that if you're transgender and you do not fit the stereotypical of either a boy or a girl or non-binary, that's okay. And I really like that, and I would love to see another book with a transgender main character that does not fit the box of girl/boy that perfectly as Amanda does, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but that is how I feel. I still really loved it, and I felt it was so refreshing to read a book about like a girl that knows what she wants, and I love reading from her point of view. And I just loved seeing her mentor, and I just loved seeing how she interacts with other people and how she treats her past, well, deals with her past, and how she keeps thinking about the future. Yeah, it's just a really great book, and if you haven't read it yet, I would highly recommend it, because I really loved it. Just be aware that there like transmedia, and there are bullying, and they do physically hit each other in this book, which is not okay, of course, but it does make it feel more realistic. And lastly, I read Otherworld by Jason Segel and Kirsten Miller. And Jason Segel is Marshall from How I Met Your Mother, or he's the actor that plays Marshall from How I Met Your Mother. Therefore, I saw the main character Simon as a young Marshall throughout this entire book. But this was the Booksplosion book of December. I'll leave all the live shows down below because I've absolutely loved watching the live shows. I actually watched the live show for this one yesterday, and it was great. It's about Simon, and he plays this virtual reality game, and inside the game is the only time his past best friend named Kat will actually speak to him, because he came back from his private super duper expensive school because his parents are rich. Like, rich. So he came back from being expelled because his roommate, well, he's a super hacker and kind of blamed his hacking on Simon, but Simon doesn't really care. But Kat has changed a lot and she won't speak to him, so that's weird. But inside of this game is the only time to get to speak, and this is a super like developed high tech virtual reality game, and it's like you can touch it and like feel it, and it's super duper cool. However, Kat is invited to a party, and at that party something happens, and suddenly the game is no longer simply a game. The game, you literally play with your life at stake, and the game is not what you maybe thought it first was. So we have to follow Simon throughout this game, but we also kind of get to see Kat, but it is from Simon's point of view. And I really liked this book. It was super duper cool. I've never read another book like this. I know that there's Ready Player One and that there's Warcross and a lot of other games like that, but the only thing I could relate this with is like Spy Kids, which by the way is awesome movies. I love Spy Kids. You can never take Spy Kids away from me. But I love Spy Kids, and it's probably the only thing that I can relate this to. I guess The Matrix, but I never really saw The Matrix, basically. And they like just left the game with like, yeah, I have a business meeting in 5 minutes, or yeah, my mom says I can't play anymore. And it just felt weirdly realistic, and it felt like this could happen like, not like 300 years in the future, but this could like happen next year, and I would believe that. Like really, I would totally believe that. But I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars, and yeah, I really loved it. So yeah, those were the 5 books that I read since last time we spoke. Have you read any of these? Please let me know down below what you thought about them. Have you read another great book that I have yet to read? please tell me as well. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Your support means the world to me, and I hope that you have a great day / night / whatever part is for you. Bye!